All right. So good evening, everybody. Good evening. Welcome.
Good evening, everybody.
To the intro with Kenneth and myself, Lakan. Again, today is Tuesday, the 11th, Kenneth,
Yeah, that is 11th, yeah.
2022, and welcome to our show, the intro. And we are thankful for all the supporters, all the views, all the feedbacks we have been receiving. And remember to like and share the videos.
No, yeah.
Program.
Long time yesterday, double 10 holiday, double 10 sale and things. They have all that, and then nothing like that yesterday. Them Chinese,
Yeah. Long time excellent stores and
actually,
meetup for that.
a big thing in Trinidad at one time.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, that was a big thing in Trinidad at one time.
Well, yesterday was one of our fans, Hema
And it's
Ramsahai.
called Chinese holiday. What's that?
Hema Ramsahai was your birthday yesterday.
That Chinese
birthday. Well, they call it Tiny for short. So I don't Tiny, you know what I mean? I'm not sure, but
okay. All right.
And tomorrow is Selena birthday.
Right.
So happy birthday in advance to Selena and
happy birthday, Selena. Big party anyway, we had a passing, I mean, you could pass and pick up and move, anything, on the way home now.
Anything possible. I don't know.
All right.
So I want to share the link here to everybody can. So
right.
Topic today is what's good in opposition, something about not good when in government,
When government, and we're trying to say, when you're in opposition, all the things that had to be done, you like, you are indeed on good idea. And when you get in government, like you forget where you talk.
And that is regardless of which party we're talking about.
No, yeah,
all of them. Yeah. All of them is the same thing.
Yeah.
So we
and we can go back and give some history there. I think in 76, the PNM had a special majority. In 71, they had a total majority. In 85, 86, the NR had a 33-3. Kamla Prasad Bisesa had 29-12. And you check, all of them had that opportunity to have a special majority to bring any lasting change. And they didn't do it. And if they did it, I mean, I stand to be correct. If they did it, I mean, I hope to come and correct us. But listen, everybody talking about constitution. And everybody complaining about the system of government. Our system of government destroying the country. And what we observe, you'll see over the years, voter turnout been dropping. And I am saying, if you add up UNC and PNM vote, and they might barely scrape through to the two-thirds vote, it come like you're selling something. And like after, like every year go by, like people not interested in buying what you're selling.
Yeah.
So then something wrong with your product.
Right.
Or you feel you have a monopoly, so you care whether it isn't good or not, they go sell buy. Which one you wait? Some people have a monopoly on opposition and a monopoly in government.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they say, well, boy, we have a monopoly in opposition. Nobody will take this from me. And we have a monopoly on government. So nobody will take this from me.
And I want to say something, Ken. We talk about national politics here, I don't know. We talk about every aspect of the concept opposition and government. Because you have the same problem. A lot of people, we had this thing called national conversation. We start off in our WhatsApp chat, Kenneth.
Yeah.
And everybody on the conversation know what's good for the country. Yeah. But I've seen some names that was in government already.
Right.
And the both was in the actual national politics and was in running the affairs of the country. And somehow, how come those ideas that throwing out now wasn't good when they were there?
Exactly.
And as I tell you, it's from both sides, because I know this present government, it's like really two teams in this government. It had the Patrick Manning team and the Dr. Keith Rowley team. Right. So they come like two different government there. So I just making a point to show it has nothing to do with whether you in PNM, COP, NAR, ILP. We're talking about generally people who has opposition views seems to know what is good But when they go into the role of leadership or the role of taking over organizing of operating the organization, as the case may be, they also do not follow through what they were saying when they was in opposition.
Take for example, people talking about campaign financing. Everybody in opposition and so about that. And when they get in government, nobody do nothing about that. And I have a theory. I strongly believe if that ever come out of the data provided, you will see the financiers just pay PNM and they just pay UNC. They pay PNM to give effort to be in government and UNC to be in opposition. And if by chance a little accident happen and UNC get in government, they have no problem. And I sure you can check the data. It's the same set of people going contract back and forth.
Yeah,
It's
we
the same set of people.
But Ken, what you're saying there is not like is any lie. We saw it with big companies, conglomerates. They put people in both sides.
Yeah. And I tell people, I have no problem if you finance it, but let people know now. So up front, you know, like in England and so on, they never know, like in the people will declare we are supporting the liberal, the Labour, or we supporting, you know, the conservative, right? They just come out and say that. We have newspaper in this country who say they're independent, but they're not independent because sometimes people can extrapolate from the right and not as if you're nothing is wrong in supporting a party, nothing is wrong in giving a party money, but just declare it.
Yeah. So we are Crystal.
I think you should be happy that they're contributing to the party. We support that, but don't hide.
So we have Joey, Crystal, and Show in Heston Philip. Everybody, good night, and all the other viewers.
Good night, Mr. Heston. Yeah.
So don't forget to share the live, guys, and encourage people to follow the views. Give us your feedback and your comments. What do you think about the topic this evening?
Yeah, put something in the chat.
It happens in the church. It happens in the mandir. It happens in the mosque. It happens in the organization, in the membership clubs, in the sporting groups, in the parliament. It happens all over. When you're in opposition, when you're against who in power, you have all the good things to say and do. And when you come in power, you have problems. You do all we was talking was good, all of a sudden you're good again.
Yeah.
And it causes problems. And this topic came about, Ken. This topic came about because of an article you also shared, and you didn't share it, man. With regards to the service commissions.
Yeah.
And I didn't get to read it, but I get the gist of the service commission issues about its relevance and its governance structure, not so. So I don't know if you could enlighten us on
the service commission. They're not like say PS. You know, Dr. Rowley, there is an issue. We don't have enough professionals in the public service to really drive the economy, because you might end up with a lot of public servants but not a good managers. And he was saying why we don't have it open up where probably I don't know if he was thinking like the police, where either the person come from the system or the person can be on contract. And I am saying if that work would be fine for even we who are asking for somebody to head the disability affairs unit, if they give room for those key things, could either come from within or could become the government could create a contract. Because what I'm telling people, if you elect a government, if you elect a government to be in office, that government, you can't give them the responsibility and the authority, and then after you say they didn't do nothing about this. But if you give them the authority to people might, I mean, it must be open and transparent. They must say, okay, we selecting this person. Everybody must know we select this person. There's nothing you're hiding.
Yeah, I agree, and it makes sense because it will help with the governance structure, because there is no reason to hide or to defend something that don't need defending.
Because if I had any PNM or the UNC and I get in government office, I got pick people who I are comfortable with. The president of America, when he becomes the head of the executive, he appoints people that he's comfortable with.
But it only makes sense, Ken. Only naive, foolish people will believe that you will go to lead an organization, lead a group, lead anything, or be in charge of anything, and then bring people you don't know, you never mesh with, you don't have any
No
kind of
synergy.
collaboration with to
Yeah.
work with you, then it will have chaos. Because I mean, when you watch somebody, the kind of collaborations take place in the past, the reason it fall apart is because there wasn't gelling, there was no
Exactly.
synchronizing of the personnel in the
There was
group.
no ideology. There was nothing that people share.
So there was only storming in that group, They may have no form of a journey, or
a lot of people could leave PNM and join UNC and be comfortable. In England, you can't leave the liberal GSO and join the conservative. It's too different. The same like America. You can't leave the Democrat and join the Republican GSO. It'll go against your grain.
Because you see that those things are ideologies.
Mm-hmm.
What we have here, I don't know what we have, but those we're talking about there is the belief of a certain way,
Right. So, and it's easy to switch. In America, the red state.
We say
the own horse, you know what I mean? Everybody must, you know what I mean? The rednecks now, they call them the really Republicans. Them believe in personal responsibility, where the Democrat more believe in a socialist kind of state. So it's two different ideology. So there no way you could leave this party and join the next one. You will have fallen them.
Because you don't believe in their principles.
But we Trinidad, you believe in their ideology and normal.
That's why.
Yeah.
It's like we leave in the blind community to go and join the deaf. Yeah. It makes no sense.
Did you all know?
What we fighting for the blind is different to what the deaf is fighting for.
Or it could be in a context, like you might say, in the blind community, there's a section who believe in independence and self-reliance, and there might be another group who believe we need to continue the welfare system, and blind people, they have to get them extra money and build a house, and you know what I mean? Put them in a home, and that's two ideology. And nowhere the other group will want to join this group to talk that, and that's something you have to accept.
Definitely, I agree.
And there's some people in Trinidad who believe that the state must take care of you, and there another group who believe that they must get up hard, work hard, earn, take care, you know what I mean? So it's two different ideology there. One is dependency and one is independence. That could be you could consider that an ideology, Yeah. It's sometimes Hindu and Christian. It's difficult to leave one religion and join the next one because it's two different ideology. Where one might say reincarnation, the other one might say, look, when we die, the Lord will come and everybody, you know what I mean? And judgment needed. It's two different ideology. It's difficult to leave. Yes, you might attend a little service, you'll go, But it's difficult to join unless you truly accept. You go through a process then. But you don't step across just so. It is a process.
But people generally in Trinidad, Kenneth, I think we have a problem with loyalty or patriotism. I keep on repeating that over and over on this program. I don't think we are patriotic to the country. We are patriotic. I think we are we are loyal to individuals and not the country. And that is what the problem where we lie, because the day we become patriotic, we start fighting for Trinidad and Tobago, we wouldn't allow politicians to get away with what they're getting away now. Whether
is patriotism an ideology or is it a system?
I think it's both.
I'm more feeling out of a patriotism that it must be systematic, it must be structured. People must know if you work hard, they get reward. People gonna know if you own property and it will be protected by the state.
But you must first believe in it, Ken.
You're right, but you
believe in it, then the system will come.
There's certain guidelines.
They'll make sure everybody get treated fairly.
Right, and not more than fairly. You might patriotism might be if they are weak like segment in the society, the system will kick in. Because I tell people, all of social work and like say Prince Elizabeth, blind welfare, and so on, most of those things were done by the private sector, you know.
Yeah.
The private sector involvement in all those social work. Now everybody feel the state had to give you everything. And what they don't understand, anything that the state does is expensive. You know?
Well,
Anything that you check about the state had to build a house, it's more expensive than the private sector building the house.
no,
So
I
the
agree.
individual building the house. People might say it might be of a good quality and they will shortcut that. All that's possible. But we in Trinidad, we didn't really get serious hurricane tests to know how serious our structures are. I don't know, you know?
Because again, it goes back to the whole system of that thing you talk about campaigning and financing
Yeah.
and getting people to contribute towards your cause, and then you become loyal to them because of
Right.
probably the quantity or the amount they would give towards your promotion and to ensure that you become successful. And because of that, you find that the process they use is just a facade. It's just to show a way in which they achieve what they wanted. And if it was to be challenged, it is a process to use to challenge it then. For instance, to show how they arrive at what they arrive at. So always saying they come back to what you were talking initially, which is if they're in the open in the first place and declare who is what and what, when they receive something, they must receive it based on
Just like how they want us to do external audited statement.
right.
I think the party should have a statement. Say, look, for the election, these are the people who finance. We collect donation from this one and whoever. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. I say so too.
And they see the businessmen, they understand that because the politicians know what they have to say to get the people to vote for them, because generally people in Trinidad want to get you give me this and you give me that, you're scoring some points there. And the businessman know, well, if you give the party the resources, they go really, what they're going to say, what they're going to promise you, they're going to make it flashy and nice with all the marketing strategy and things. And at the end of that way again.
You know what the score is that, Ken?
Hmm.
When they restrict things from you long enough.
Yeah.
And sometimes they bring back, it could be in general thing, it could be in the home here with your children and so on. It could be in the church, or it could be in any organization. When they take away something from you, whether it be the state, whether it be in your group, in your sporting group, your family, whatever. When you see they give it back to you in small increments, you're so grateful and so thankful to get it back. You feel like it gave such a big favor. They did something so good for you. But somewhere along the line, we just forget what we had that already. They took it away.
Yeah.
But they're not giving us back. They didn't give us something we didn't have. We had it already. Why should we have all this amount of gratitude and be so thankful for things that we already had and was
I know you're thankful for something that whoever that is what they want. You know, like we don't reward people for things that they're supposed to do.
Yeah.
But rewards supposed to come when you exceed. Like I would tell people, I tell them when they make it basket, if you're supposed to make 10 baskets and make 12, and you make 12 consistently when you're supposed to make 10, you should be rewarded for the difference. A little bonus or something, you understand my point? But you don't reward people for what they're supposed to do.
Then if you're rewarding for those to do, then why are you paying them in the first place?
This is the whole point. You know, I remember we had a little something in the workshop. We pay people, 10% for the top 3 person for, and the ministry tell us, I mean, you can't pay people twice for the same thing. And at the end of the day, I agree with that. That making anyone will stop it. But them telling us what is good to do, but what them do it. Yeah. But I see it in the national award and people get rewarded for what they're supposed to do.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah, right.
And I was, I mean, on the other side, I always believe in give people award when they're dead. So they can't make a mistake.
And shame the award.
Yeah.
How much people we see within the last few years get a
I got one
award.
Claude Noel was one, and I mean it's public knowledge. We had issues with him after, and he
Yeah,
got a national award.
not only in Trinidad, that's all around the world.
Yeah,
Famous people get locked up, I think, for sexual harassment.
yeah,
and
they get all big award and all kind of thing. Yeah,
and you had to pull out and distance yourself from the people after.
Yeah.
I agree to get them when they're dead, don't get them when they're living.
I agree.
you
And long after that, that practice of the Catholic Church too. You don't become a sin until you're dead.
Well, you see, no, it makes sense because at the end of the day, it long as you're a human being partner, chances
Anything
are
is possible.
but you anything possible, you know.
Right. So I say when you're dead.
Anything possible when you're dead is that you remain dead, you know.
Yeah.
Nothing else possible.
Who dead, done dead.
Yeah, who dead, done dead.
Yeah.
Been there, done that. Can't come back again.
No, I support that kind of thing because if you check the national award, it is watered down. I don't think it carries the same. I mean, I may be wrong, but I don't think it have the same finesse.
Sometimes I find we go around the lines they're talking about in respect to giving people something, giving people our rewarding people for things that they should be doing already, right?
Yeah.
Nothing extra. And to me, sometimes the national award come across kind of watered down.
Yeah.
Comes across as though some of the people who receive it, it's so trivial and you give it to them. Like what I was really impressed with, one person I think truly deserved that award was the young man, the 15-year-old boy who saved the doctor's life.
And as you say, he saved one life for a man who saved plenty life.
Yeah, and in the article he said, all I was thinking is, imagine after the fact now, when he realized that doctor, he say, he was so proud to be the person who saved this individual, who saved so many lives, who probably saved so many lives.
Because he didn't go there to plan to be a hero.
No.
He saw a need and he fulfilled the need.
His father saw what's happening. His father had confidence in him and called out to him and sent him there.
Yeah, and the boy could swim.
Yeah, and everybody else there watching, and people who come to try and help realize this more deeper than they thought they're going back.
Yeah.
So those are the things to me, those who are kind of, we will do things genuinely without benefits, without anything in return. Those are the people I think really add value to awards.
Larry, the seasoned sportsman who was the little extra. And you understand? But they didn't get just how hard they work to get that. They could have been the average sportsman and being a race, but that's some of them who sacrifice so much to bring pride, because in sports, when a nation do well, similarly in music, sometimes I just tell people like Marshall and all them other artists who brought so many joy to people, and people don't know how many sacrifices they made, how many sleepless nights they made just to make other people happy, and how to change music so the younger generation can make a living out of. Because when Sparrow win Monarch, and it was a $40 and a cup,
Look at that.
And nowadays, when people winning is $1 million, they're living comfortable, they're well paid, but that didn't happen just so it's the amount of effort that people put into the system then.
Over the years.
Right. They contributed it. Look, Rashad, when they wanted to give him an award, he said he can't carry that award in the grocery. You're giving people an award and you ain't getting all the cash, right? When the Nobel Prize and when you get Nobel Prize award, and then you just get money. You understand?
I didn't know that.
Yeah, you get money. Because remember, it's some rich people who put that as a trust fund,
Okay.
You understand? It's people who invested in that. So that there's a fund that pays for itself then. You get money. So Rashad, I was correct, you say, but I can't create that in the grocery. What would do that award? a man who invented soca and make
No.
Trinidad Carnival, and we said we are carnival all over the world based on a Trinidad Carnival. And it's an industry, you know?
Yeah.
And that industry started on Trinidad. That is something we should be proud of, that we create that type of industry.
So Ken, if I may switch the topic a little,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, but we still going back when people in office, you know, things you might hear them complain about the music and it, but when they get in office, nobody said, why don't we start a proper music program? In other words, when you go me complain about everything, and as I say, I know the opposition, the most they could do is talk. But when you win election, why do act?
Yeah, why do
we have
what you're
all the people
about?
had majority? What do you do with it?
Yeah, is this topical thing in the news recently? And this is where the award thing come in. The what do you call it, for the owner of the business who owned the agriculture shop, I think it was, and the bandit came in and robbed her. And then she drew her license tire and dealt it in.
But that person in our ward, because she do the work what the police also do.
Yeah,
The police work.
I was so happy to hear about that, because
Yeah,
it shows it does show me how this that person, one, clearly have had some training.
yeah, and I'm sure she
She
wasn't
used
like the
to
police
have
man and them in Grand Bazaar
training.
who shoot once at a bullet and hit nobody.
And remain in a state of calmness, and then
Yeah,
the
yeah.
institution after. She didn't panic, she didn't have
And she had training, Pap.
so she had to have training.
Yeah.
Right? And that thing about Grand Bazaar people, a police officer corrected me, told me one of them did die afterwards. I say, yeah, but the problem with it is they die afterwards.
Yeah.
After
This lady
all
shoot
that
on one
bullet
time with it.
fire, and the people didn't die on the spot.
Yeah.
And I know I was with our gym instructor yesterday, and he was telling me it have some people who's security personnel, whether police, security officer, whoever, is so out of fit.
Yeah.
And you're giving these men and them guns. And you know the conversation we had is, you have a smart bandit and decide to run, and how you run them down. When you get tired, they come back and they take up your gun and they go on. You know, you can't even can't do nothing. You're out of breath. You can't.
But sometimes the gun's so heavy for the hand, I can't hold it up.
Yeah. You know, and it shows people need training, and people need to be.
Larry, you might say training, right? But when you have security guard and the kind of salary, they can't pay to go in a gym.
Not true. But
it's a low end job with high need.
Yeah.
Or high dependency.
But it comes down to people, Kenneth, what the cost of security that we have to pay for is high. And we had to pay for something that we've been taxed for already.
But Larry, I almost certain, I remember when you and I went Republic Bank, I almost certain people like the bank and them have, I saw their security is better paid than some other places. I almost certain, I could be wrong, but I believe their security might be better paid and they probably more fit.
Well, let me put it this way. I want to say that, but I don't know what the better pay part, but being more fit, it appears so.
Right.
Yeah. Right, because I think in
because Larry, in security first, you must look offensive, you know.
Yeah.
The first step. You must not look defensive, you must be offensive. You must be alert, people must know that is the security. You don't ask where the security.
It must be identifiable. People must know up front, hey, that's the man you don't want to interfere with.
Yeah, you don't interfere.
But as your money, it didn't look like she really wanted to harass today. She go deal it here. Yeah. Yeah. But it comes back down again, Kenneth, to affordability, yeah, because I mean, you pay for where you're getting, to be very honest.
That's the whole point. We see it.
And my problem is something you're duplicating, you're paying. We know we had a conversation today on our program about people duplicating and scheming the system for grants, right?
Yeah.
But my thing is, you are being forced to duplicate and pay for services that you are paying taxes for already.
Right, but I want to go back to the security. Are we paying security for process, or are we paying security for security? I think in Trinidad, we just pay security for security to say, well, the system says something about security. So in case something happens, you can blame the security.
But that's for process.
Yeah, that process.
Yeah.
And I tell people, a lot of people be talking process. I say, but sometimes you have process, but process don't work. I don't deal with the end result. You might have the process, but the process don't work.
Because let's be real, in some cases, if a man come in, you are security staff deal with their hand and that's a cell phone.
Yeah, they watch it
have
on
a
their phone and
radio on the waist. They
Yeah.
have a walkie-talkie that get press some alert knob, so
yeah, a
command
siren will go off or
center-
something.
a
Yeah,
command center will get a signal.
yeah,
If somebody come in there with an Indian machine gun,
yeah,
IMG,
and plan as them.
and
Sometimes
you
when
can't
they
do
the champion,
nothing.
we get the planners worse than the champion.
That's my point. They can't do nothing. They can't even call for backup.
Because can't go that on the game. By
But that'll take blade and wine,
yeah,
jump
yeah,
and dance.
yeah.
Because planners passing and you stand up there with your uniform, you're a security officer. You can't even do nothing. You didn't have a pen.
I just tell people the reason why crime is big because the detection rate is low. If any human being, if you get into a business, say you're getting a business crime, and the odds are getting caught is high, you won't get into that business. Majority of bandits not enough.
Yeah.
You check if a car have system, the locking device is detailed. Bandit don't want to go on, bandit don't walk around with bolt cut and thing. Bandit don't want difficulty. But anytime you hear thing easy for a bandit and the chances of getting caught is very low, people will get involved in crime. And you've seen it because the police not doing their work. Like when you check all the police and all the security firm, we must have a security for almost every home in Toronto, you know, for person, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
There's plenty of security, police, military. You check all of that. Well, even every street, if you put it that way, every street you get an officer, you know. The amount of us.
No, but it tells you something about the society, about our morals and values.
It's one thing, crime pays because you don't get catch.
Yeah, it tells you crime pays, but it also tells you that our thinking as a society is that we prefer to go with crime than to go with in the straight and narrow path.
And then when Lara gave, we talk about this gun thing. Majority of crime in this country that is done by illegal guns, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's difficult to get a legal gun.
I have a real issue with that, because
you check it for yourself. I almost said about 99% of all crime in this country is done with illegal arms. 80% real high. And you can't get fire. And everybody in the opposition are talking to, you know.
Mm-hmm.
They see the crime, but nobody is saying give people the right to own a gun and with the training to go there. It mustn't be just I give you a gun. It must have a process, but the process must be swift. If it's the 3 months, wherever you must let the people must know what is the program.
And it must be swift is efficient, right? It
Yes.
must be efficient that people could start.
You must have confidence in it. You must want to believe in fear.
12 weeks time, I am going to either have my permit or do have a permit.
Yes.
The process will complete, my training will complete, I'll be assessed, and outcome will happen. You can't be applying today on the 11th of October 2022 and the 11th of October 2026 reach and I still have my application inside waiting.
Yeah.
Then that is why they'll have a corrupt situation where people.
I remember I will listen to that joke. I feel like going to back and then we'll pay for it now and 10 years come pick it up. You have him in the morning or the evening to come for it. You understand?
Come in 10 years?
Yeah. Yeah. You got to back on to the joke. You know?
Yeah.
And it reminded me a long time at Toyota. You pay out for your money up front, you know, you're there Toyota. with 5 years for it. And look at the mere fact that it become more efficient. More people got own cars.
Yeah.
You understand it? I mean, some people might own BMW or $2 million Benz and so on.
Mhm.
But at the end of the day, look, we talk about all them cars, everybody talk about the road. And when they get in office, nobody have a plan to maintain nothing in this country. How do we maintain something?
You know what was that irony today?
Hmm.
I listened to the news, but I don't even know yesterday had a big protest in the Ghat Road area. About 3 or 4 different taxi routes came together and they blocked the road and things. So the Ghat Road area is really impassable.
Mhm.
And they were complaining about the road almost like a 90-degree when you're driving to get out of certain areas. Thing. And then you hear the Ministry of Works saying today, the lands first have to fix before they could pave the roads. In my mind is, so who are to fix the landslips?
But Larry, you might say that, but we as a country, we want $12 billion in subsidy. You can't hire cake and eat it. We have to make up our mind what we want. You can't want to subsidize boat ticket to go to the Bago or plane ticket to go to the Bago. I say, forget that, let people pay full price and take them subsidy money. And there's something called a good that what government had to get involved in that road.
Yeah.
Me and you don't use it, but me and you won't fix it.
The public good.
It's a public good. Take that money, Larry. It will. Let me talk public transport. That same $12 billion, we could double the bus fleet. People be talking about bus should be able, if the bus had last 3 or 4 years, when the 3 or 4 years sell it for up the island, who want to pay for foreign use? You understand my point, Larry?
Yeah.
That we own foreign use system, so you don't wait for the bus to reach a stage that every time something breaks.
You know, the Senate in
right, but and I said all these people who protested, I not hear nobody saying and come and tell the government you're paying too much money. Cut all the subsidy in gas and oil on all them things, cut it out. But if you do that, you'll have enough money to fix all the road, provide all the public transport bus. You understand? Fix all the drain. You can fix all the flooding.
No, you see again, the trust in the system is not there. Because you might say
that could be a different topic, right?
Right. But what I'm saying is you saying you will have the money to do it. I don't think the confidence is in the system that good evening, Mr. Haynes. I don't think the system is there that if you get the takeaway from one area, that the confidence is there that the money to take away will be redirected in another area.
I don't know if it's Carlos, John, when they want to pay road, they're calling all the contractors and say, we have road to fix, this is how much we pay. All of them will get work.
But you know how that happened, right?
We were, yeah. But the objective was to make a fixed price, probably market price. They saw where they could material and so on, and they could still make a profit. And everybody, roads were paved. I mean, they probably didn't pay with a standard roads that get higher than pavement. I don't know. People that pave wrong dog, all kind of jokes now, you know. But what I'm saying, we cannot. Like when I check transfers and subsidies, that is $17 billion.
I'm saying I agree with you, and I'm saying I understand and I agree the cost of certain things is too high because we're trying to make it cheaper for other people. And what I'm saying is, while I agree with transfer subsidy is too high, I do agree. I cannot agree that if we save in one area, it automatically means we will gain.
No, I ain't not going to save, you know.
Well, that way you're saying when we
stop
I'm saying
take the money
in one
from
area, we could
subsidy.
Redirect that money in another area.
Right. They're not going to save it. Yeah.
But you're saving in one area to spend it on next. I'm not seeing that happen. That nothing.
No, but Larry, it comes back down to the people. Our people priority, we want low gas price.
Yeah, but the politics don't promote that, Ken.
No, not the politics. The voters don't want that. The voters want what the government is doing right now. They like that.
Because even if I cut back in one area, I'm not seeing where the cutback I take. So I cut by 25% in one subsidy and so on. I'm not seeing 25% now being redirected into works or be redirected
let me take this discussion.
It's not happening.
What is the discussion? If you take, let me say you take money, reduce the subsidy, whatever, you reduce all that. You take the money and you fix all the roads, as much main roads, you start to fix roads, and you have an efficient public transport. One, you're going to reduce traffic on the road. And B, you reduce your maintenance costs on vehicle. And if you put that the mere fact about reducing, if somebody reaching to work a little half an hour extra, you check how much value that is to this country over the multiplier effect.
And Ken, what I'm trying to say is, it's not like we didn't have or had that before. We had that before, but it has been
Had what?
denied. We had
Had what?
they work earlier. We had good roads at one time.
And Larry, out before oil boom. Since oil boom, Larry, we have built really no new set of roads, you know. We still have the English road, you know, where the British and built. We really built the road network. It didn't grow at the same speed as the increase in vehicles.
No, we have a deficit right now.
This is my whole point. Remember, a long time when people on the road, people can go for a Sunday drive and they enjoy their ride. You could stop, you watch the road, you know what I mean? But no, you can't enjoy a good Sunday ride.
Well, right now, you can't even enjoy a gallery on Sunday.
Right. You know, I still telling people, I see subsidy. I know, Larry, in the early days, subsidy farmers used to make more money from subsidy than the crop, you know. I know people of that, you know, and they're bragging and laughing at that, you know.
I would say people diesel subsidy. The other day, me and a driver nearly get an argument over that, and I killed the conversation because I realized you're arguing about something.
No, Larry said you can't talk to people.
No. When I say arguing, you're trying to put a point about something that doesn't make sense. And the point I was making about them is a lot of people was stealing. I want to say stealing. I may be wrong to use the word stealing.
No wonder, but bunker
diesel.
I think it was sealer that time, and people coming and packing up and
they were buying diesel at the subsidized cost that is meant for the people of the country to utilize, and selling it back in the open market on the high seas as full price and making the profit that the government was. So in other words, they were stealing.
Larry, I know 2 persons was doing that until the hijacked them and beat them. They were selling, making more money.
Yeah.
With a little fishing boat selling diesel than catching fish.
Yeah.
Whole night they're doing trips. They're buying right on the water and they're selling whole night.
Yes, and that's what I'm talking. I remember they said it had a boat fully equipped with fishing equipment, but the boat sitting out in the ocean so low. Load. I mean, if you end up with a bad wave, you could have swamped the boat.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about a big time fishing boat.
Yeah.
With all kind of winch and all kind of, you know what I mean?
That's what people know.
People
look, you see the hospital?
The system.
Larry, the same medication we have here. People used to leave Venezuela and come get it here. When Venezuela going through a problem and get free medication and carry back.
Everything, you see, because there's no controls, there's no monitoring.
Right.
And they are
we had an IR implement. We see if you can get away with it, damn right good to get away with it.
Yeah. You say if you do something and you get away with it, you're damn right, because I mean, and he always said there's nothing like bad workers, you know. There's bad managers.
Bad managers. And we saw it in that same article with Mr. Dumas. We have some PS, and to go back to that, there's some PS who don't know to manage. They might know to follow this form and do this and that, but they don't know how to get it done.
Yeah.
They don't know manage.
Thank you, Mr. Akbera, Michael Akbera, as he joined us.
Yeah, they're my family.
All right.
Yeah, they Luchan nephew. If it's that same Michael Akbera. He's a fireman.
Your whole family's fireman, right?
Nah, 2 of them. Luchan. Now we have prison officer, fireman.
Blind man.
Blind, well, yeah, tell them only one. The better to play the ass.
Right. Yeah, so it come back to bad workers or bad managers, and I mean, our man says nothing like bad workers.
Yeah.
Workers getting a chance to get away with something, they're damn right, take it, because people not managing.
I mean, there are people who doing well, I call them auditors, whatever. The whole government system is teaching how to be bureaucratic, but they're not teaching how to do things the easier way or the efficient way. But they want it to be very bureaucratic. You understand?
They don't trust themselves.
Right.
Because
Yeah,
nobody
yeah.
don't trust each other. Nobody don't trust the system.
You
So
feel
they
like a
want
thief.
that checks and balances,
Yeah.
checks and balances. You're doing more checks and balances than actual implementation.
This is the whole point. So when you have to fix a pothole, when you check all the, well, you got to get 3 code, fix the pothole, eh? And then you get the 3 code, then you have to get it for the material, the labor. Then you got to make sure these people, the standards that they complete their taxes and whatever, you know?
You have a quality assurance man going down.
Right. You know what I mean? And the pothole they fix yet, eh?
No.
You understand? But like we seen it with
And
that
then
project, you know what I mean? You want to say nothing about it, but
my father was doing a work in Wassa when he was working there. And I can talk about it because he did and he gone, so the hell with that. His job was to go and check to see after they done do the work. So my question was, how you know they do the work? He said, well, the road dig up here. I said, so how you know they run the line? They might dig the hole, but who's to say they run the line? You should have been there on the site when they were.
The first time I did electrical in my house here, the man put down plugs and it had no pipe running it, you know?
No conduit running to it. But you have switch and
nothing. But if you watch it, if like say if I was inspecting that before the the power of the house and the man, everything in order. You seen plug?
Yeah.
You know some point.
So my thing is, so you have tendering process to do the work. You have quality assurance, and well, people can do the work. So first you have an audit to see who getting the work. Then men come to do the work, and you have a man checking to make sure they do the work, and then you have auditors come to audit the man who check to see they do the work. You understand how much checking happening unless
we come like rat and cane. There's only one place in the East is get rat and cane from. If America, them still have to buy from in that area. They will get 3 code. But
Ken, let me tell you something.
Some people just ridiculous.
Kenneth, let me tell you something. I see the Ministry of Sports send out a thing to get quotation for accessible documents. And they contact some people who apparently they just deal with, probably the preferred vendors or contractors, I don't know. And these people send about 3 of them send the information to us to give us pricing, because we're the only people doing Braille.
Yeah, you did your point.
So to send us to give us quote on Braille, and the ministry sent for us to get them quote too. I said, but nah. I said, this isn't making sense.
This is your point.
Now I send the same price for everybody.
Yeah.
So I am certain if it's anybody should I get the contract, should be we.
Yeah.
Because everybody has to put a markup on the price.
But we are small.
So we never get it,
something.
We never get
it. Do it. Huh?
It never happened. It never came true. Nobody ever contract. Nobody never get the issue.
Look like Arnold Week. He might be the only I could call in the only fella fixing Burla. We only get 3 code. I'll get one for Manuel and one for Wade. You know what I mean? Because it'll make it get ridiculous. I just tell people when you go to hire entertainer and you want Stalin, you get 3 code or you go for Stalin.
No.
You want Marshall, the objective, you want the man who go for your show.
The point is there must be a level of exception to the rule when there is nobody else providing the same service. If only one person providing service, we want an export from.
This is the whole point. And Larry, I mean, we are chatting. I mean, I don't want to call him, but there's a going rate for labor and there's a going rate for material.
Yeah.
We want extra code for. There's an average labor cost in Trinidad and Tobago. You will know probably a skilled man might be 5. I don't know.
Market rate.
They have an average market rate. What you know?
I was asking my brother-in-law who into project management.
Yeah.
I said, so when people go to give a quote on a job, like when we was dealing with the PSIP now.
Yeah.
And I see how much 100,000 square footage equivalent to so much $1 million. I say, how them work out that? He said because there's a going market rate per square
Yeah.
footage. Commercial is one rate, domestic
Larry, I
is
think the
another rate.
question should be who could complete the job, not material and labor.
Yes, the
Who have the
ability to do
ability
the
to
job.
finish the job within time and everything.
Because everybody were on the same rate. You might get a few dollars off here, a few dollars more there.
Larry,
But
people just say this grocery cheap, and I almost certain if you take your grocery list and go buy different grocery and full it out there, you might almost come give and take a couple dollars, but it wouldn't be the effort they will make to go and get butter cheaper here, buy this grocery, cheese cheaper. So the effort they're going to make will be more costly when you check time and effort in comparison with price. Better you go one place.
yeah.
Because
No,
as you say, they're going rate.
yeah, is that going rate?
Yeah.
And people will, even for competition's sake, they cannot go beyond a certain level. They can't go lower than
We did
certain level.
economics and thing. It is what the customer willing to pay, and you don't feel now with Google and thing, people could still on and cost things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But I was making the point, there's some things they need to understand that there's only one supplier in the country of it. There's no way you could get another quote from it. Like the other day, Barry was doing heart surgery.
Right.
So the ministry had to fund it, right? Ministry said that they get more than one quote.
Yeah.
But I know the one telling me I get 3 quotes. But I said, Barry, the ministry policy is 3 quotes, you know, but only have 2 cardiac teams.
Cardiologist in Trinidad. Yeah.
So how you getting me 3rd one? He
Yeah.
said, well, they said give him the 2. I see you feel they know the price of the 2. There's only 2 it have. They don't know they don't know who they're going with already.
Yeah.
But it's process. It's just a show process.
But sometimes process could be ridiculous.
Yeah, but it's just to annoy the annoy people and be.
Larry, do you know it are companies? I remember it has, like say GoPal, they charge you for a code. Them as the engineer, you go have that price for a code, probably make more money from code than selling anybody.
When I was manager at school for Blind Solar, such man, every budget they want 3 quote. They want after a while, you have to pay for quotation, you know, because they say, well,
how you
quote and never buying.
No, but Larry, how you expensive a quote in your line item?
I don't know.
Huh?
I don't know.
No, how you pay for something where you pay for the paper, you expensive the sheet of paper then?
Well, I don't know how you, because the reality.
How you expensive a quote?
People get fed up. People need to come here.
I'd actually about that. How you expensive a quote?
You get the expenses under the line item you order.
No, but remember your 3 quote. That alone send up the cost of the item. Imagine Larry pay $40 for a quote, so you get 3 quote, that $120, and the item you're going to buy is $60.
Right.
You pay 60 plus 120, 180 for a $60 item.
That's why government projects just cost more than private.
But like some people just make money from code. You're going to sell nothing, you know. You just give code.
Because a private man will go and get the price JSO. He will ask you this price, that price, whatever. I don't know code, just tell me the price. And the prices, and you say, oh, you cheaper, all right, go, boom, I'll go take.
No,
but
like
you pay $100 for a code, it don't make sense.
Say we want to build something, say we want to power wash your roof and stand up, right? If me if I can bring in somebody should charge it because there's somebody time and money.
Yeah.
They put it out and the expertise and they don't get the work. I don't feel like that for your system. I feel if you want your code, you should be able to, but you're building the man who get the work, it must minus it from the cost of the work.
Right. And a lot of people has been doing that now. They tell you up front, if you have to pay me from a consultancy.
Exactly.
So you need to pay me a day work for $300 because I have to put gas on my vehicle, I have to come there, it's my time I lose my job.
Yeah.
And you pay me a day work. Now if I get the job, we minus it back out from the original cost.
No, but Larry, we see them, Larry, we have people volunteering the service all the time. And they come an opportunity for a little job and they have the skill set. We watch we go.
Yeah.
That can't be fair, Larry.
It can't be good when you give me free, and then when time to pay,
you're checking me.
No, then you're not promoting good work.
I ain't saying I give any work because you have the skill, we know you have the skill and everything.
Because you're doing it all the time.
Yeah.
All the time you're doing it for free.
free. You understand? And they want to build a country to do voluntary service. That can't work in Trinidad with this code system. It can't work.
And again, when they're in government, when they're in opposition,
They talk one thing.
They talk all these things, you know. And when they're in power, they talk something else.
And I see, and that will make Singapore great because they do ease up business. And most of those articles I read, and people said doing business in China like pulling teeth. There's no ease of doing business. Look at income tax every year. Why don't they just simply wipe off income tax law? Forget about it.
But nah, don't talk about that. We have some returns to collect.
No, this coming back to the same thing. When you're in government, you say do one thing. When you're in opposition, you say something, you know. Make the tax system simple.
Last year, when I had to file my income tax return for 2020, I got my income, my TTMF statement easy, right? Because I order it and I'll not pick it up. I had to file for this year, since April month. I send them my email. I see no response. I went in by them. They say no, I send an email, no respond. They give my next email, I send it. Somebody finally respond. I respond back and tell them yes. Here they respond to ask me to confirm if this is the correct person who wanted this statement. I send them back. I say yes. Can we in the 11th of October and up to now I get my TTMF?
Well, now you know most of those things can be automated.
But the point is,
you could put in an application and I'm sure you calculate that and send it back for you.
But I agree, but it's not accessible for me to do it.
Right. Yeah, no, I agree. You know, look, for instance, like people talk about audit and everything. Nowadays, software could give you auditors everything one time.
No, I agree.
Larry, I tell you, when they digitize, Larry, if they remove income tax, you know, people they're bound for that in working in the money you're gonna be saving from paying people to calculate returns and whatever you call it. The country can make money and people have an ease of doing business.
And you can. It's a minute to eat. Time flies.
Right. Well, I to summarize, I find people mustn't talk from two sides of them. Talk from one side. Say, if you put men in power, this is what I'm going to do. And if the 5 years pass and you didn't do it, don't come and ask me for my vote. If I was you doing contest election, because you had a contract with me and you breached the contract, don't come back. Give somebody else a chance.
And I agree with you, Ken. And I'm saying, this conversation has to do with all level of politics, whether it's in the primary school, the PTA, the secondary school,
anything,
and church group, the organization they belong to, the sporting club, the parliament of Trinidad and Tobago, whatever the politics is the same principle stands. And I want to in power, they'll say something, and then when you go in power, they do something else.
And you can't expect them to get good pay, but don't deliver. I disagree with that.
And at the end of the day, we the people who put people in power, whether it be in the church group or the sports group, we are the ones to blame. Because we accept it so, and we continue to do it and accept the nonsense. And people need to be accountable and need to do what they need to do to make sure we
and that's another topic. So good night, and everybody take care. And I think the next, something we discuss down the road. Our next topic we could put it as a thought in how we overgovern.
Yeah, enough.
Yeah, so we can chat on that.
All right, so thank you guys. Thank you for viewing. Thank you for sharing the live. And the next week again, we are out the intro.